Hello, my name is Courtney Rapley, and today I'll be talking about the burden of sexually transmitted disease in young people. I will be going into depth about the population group, the issue, the social determinants underlying the issue, the barriers that may prevent behavioural change, and the interventions that have been taken place. So, my population group is young people, and these people go through the progress of youth where they progress from being a dependent child to an independent adult, going through the emotional, physical, and intellectual transitions. It's a period where these people face a range of life events and make decisions that can impact on their immediate and longer term health and well being. For example, as I'm talking about sexual behaviors. These people are adolescents and young adults aged 15 to 25 years old. According to the Australian Institute of Health and Welfare, an estimated 3.3 million young people live in Australia. Over half of these people are male, 51%, and 49% were female. Together, young people aged 15 to 24 made up 13% of the total population in Australia. So STIs are going to be the health issue I'm going to talk about. So STIs are epidemics presenting an enormous health and economic consequences around the world. Rates of chlamydia and gonorrhea diagnoses in Australia are the highest amongst people aged 15 to 24 years. Chlamydia is detected in approximately 1 in 20 young Australians. Although young people make up 25% of the sexually active population, they represent 50% of new STDs. And 47% of students in years 10, 11, and 12 have engaged in sexual intercourse, according to the Australian Institute of Health and Welfare, and this increases the risk of STIs. Next, I will be talking about the social determinants affecting STIs in young people, including education, social drinking, and gender. The lack of education of sexual health in Australia could be an underlier to this issue. The curriculum is not the same in every school, with some schools having better sex education than others. LGBTQ plus sexual education is not a part of the Australian curriculum, and this lack of education can cause them to gain STIs in the future, but through not knowing about safe sex practices. Social drinking is definitely a main factor in young people gaining STDs today. During high school and university, young people are likely to be exposed to copious amounts of alcohol. 2.8% of individuals aged 14 to 17 drink weekly, while for the 18 to 24 age group, the figure is 27.9%, according to the National Drug Strategy Household Survey. Alcohol lowers inhibitions, therefore, individuals are most likely to engage in sexual activity. Binge drinking can also lead to multiple partners, with 40% of women who binge drink reporting having multiple sex partners, compared to 16.8% of women who do not binge drink. So, gender can also be a major factor in young people gaining STIs. As seen to the graph on the side by the Australian Institute of Health and Welfare, 89% of women finish year 12 compared to 81% of males. This can affect a man's knowledge of sexual health and put them at greater risk of STIs, as they may not know about safe sex practices. Although female sex workers are also likely to obtain STIs due to their multiple partners. There may be many barriers that prevent behaviour change for young people. One of these is the cost of testing without a Medicare card. Those without a Medicare card have free testing, but those not eligible will have to pay for these screenings. And young people may not be able to afford this with the lack of income and employment. Strengthening social norms regarding testing is also a problem, as the stigma around STIs can prevent individuals from getting tested, as they may feel ashamed. The lack of diversity is a major problem. There is no sexual health prevention to the needs of specific subgroups, for example, the LGBTQ community. There have been many interventions put in place in Australia to fight this epidemic. Vaccinations have been put in place. For example, Australia significantly increased the number of young people vaccinated against HPV. Australia has also boosted the STI testing rates in gay and bisexual men. Programs have also been distributed educational and behavioural messages through the mass media. Health promotion has also been put in place, for example, free condoms in some public bathrooms. Although there are some critiques against this, as there is still a lack of education in schools for individuals in the LGBTQ community to prevent getting an STI. Thank you for your time.